Hello and welcome to our 2023 Junior World Championship coverage here, powered by Paragon. We're here in the greater Peoria, Illinois area. This is late June 26th all the way to June 1st. This coverage is brought to you by Crew 42. My name is Zachary O'Heran, and on the commentator's mic for the first time, I have fellow FJ18 competitor Grace Dykema. How you doing,
Hello,
Grace?
everybody. I am feeling great.
Yeah, you excited for your first commentary?
Yes, so excited.
We are here at Bradley Park. How'd you feel about this park going into it?
It's a very fair course. Like, you got to have distance to get there, but you can also just kind of scramble your way through the course. So I think it's very scoreable, especially for these throwers.
Yep, lightly wooded, I would describe as.
Yep.
Going to take a look at our competitors here. We have Ellie, highest rated player here, probably one of the favorites for this particular event. She is out of Georgia area. Excited to have her here. We also have Zion out of British Columbia. Shout out to all the international players who traveled. We had a lot of people from Europe getting into this event this year. We've got Montana Adams as well. She's from Texas. It feels like a lot of players coming out of Texas recently.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And around our card, we have Trinity as well out of Florida. And she's here to scorch some rounds with us today. Super excited to have our FJ18 card featured this year on our channel and bringing it to the PDGA. And we're going to start off on hole 10. Grace, break it down. What's the game plan?
All right, hole 10, 288 feet. You're just kind of trying to get out there, whatever shape, backhand, forehand. You really just got to avoid the road. But whatever you have, if you can get there, great. But otherwise, just kind of laying up short, staying in the fairway.
It's worth noting here that Ellie here is our FJ18 junior long distance champion this year at 482. I mean, that's just...
She's going to throw lasers all week.
For sure. She's throwing a putter here a little too low off the tee. She's going to burn it into the ground and be short of the basket. She said that it was her new PR as well by a whole 2 feet.
Nice.
Yeah, always likes to get a PR out at Worlds. Zion here going with a fairway driver. Going to turn this one short.
Going towards the road. Stay safe, though.
She'll
have an easy circle 2 putt, I think, from there.
Mm-hmm. Montana is a pretty good thrower as well. She's got her Castoplast, outfit on point. And this is fantastic.
Right there. Easy putt.
First shot of Worlds, you're going to be parked for a birdie opportunity. I can't think of a better start to a round than that. Other than maybe acing, but that's asking a lot.
That would be great.
Trinity here is going to put this one a little too high. It's going to get caught by that tree. She's going to be short. And like you mentioned earlier, it's a relatively easier hole. And even if you're short, you can just pitch up from there and go up and down from whatever spot you are.
Name of the game for this course is just stay in the fairway. So Ellie leaves her putt a little long for her first hole nerves. But I think she can do it.
Mm-hmm.
Zion.
Deep circle 2 here. Laying it up. Yeah, that's parked.
Yep, slides right in.
Surprisingly enough, this hole plays as the 5th hardest on the day. Does it feel like the 5th hardest hole?
No, not at all. I feel like this is one of the easier ones that you're even like thinking of birdie for a lot of people.
I only had one birdie on the day, and I have a pretty good guess on who that's going to be.
I got an idea.
I sure hope I don't jinx Montana going in front of that, but I'm pretty sure we have a pretty good bet that Montana's going to get this one in. Don't jinx. Awesome, we did it.
There we go.
Whew, I'm
Solo
glad.
birdie.
Yeah, getting strokes on the entire field on the very first hole of the tournament. That's got to feel
What a great way to start.
Yeah. Just a couple more tap-ins here from Trinity and from Zion, I think. Yep. And that's going to complete their first hole of Worlds. We're planning on 6 rounds. So, this is the beginning of a gauntlet as we're going to transition over to hole 11. Tell us, what is the play here?
Hole 11, there's a sort of a straight play, but I think the most open is just throwing a hyzer kind of over that yellow stick and just kind of skipping into the fairway. You really cannot go OB deep. Like, that's the biggest trouble here is that road that's right behind there as we see the flyover. So as long as you can just stay shorter left, then you're okay.
I like that hyzer play too. And Montana agrees. She's going to go for it.
She gets the gap. Might be too high. Nope. She's out there.
Yep, it'll putt. See in the basket. You talked about earlier, name of the game. Give yourself opportunities. This will probably be one of the easier courses you play this week.
Definitely.
In my opinion. So if you can score well, do it here.
Yep. No, anytime, if you can be like just past that tree, you've got a good putt. Zion's will be past. Just got to hold on.
Big skip over the edge.
Skipping in. Nope.
It's going to play with her. It's going to be OB on that road. But she's going to bring it way back to the right, towards the basket. Okay. So it should be hopefully a tap-in 3 for her. We'll see where the card kind of puts that. Trinity now. Backhanding the same gap, trying to follow suit. And that's going to catch
an early tree.
Yeah. That's an okay mistake if you're going to make one. 2 inside, hit that tree, be short.
I think she's got a good hyzer up shot from here. It doesn't look like too bad of a low ceiling. Oh, no, she's going straight at it and hits it.
It's going to leave her short.
Long putt from there.
Yeah, test her for her par.
Ellie just right under the basket.
Yeah.
That's perfectly fine.
Yep, death putt if she was running that.
Yeah.
Not interested in double bogeys to start off her tournament.
Zion's got maybe a circle 2 or circle's edge putt. Oh, just off band.
Just right there. 2 girls able to get birdie on this hole for round 1. Montana might be one of them. And, oof, Trinity's just still under some cabbage there. She can't quite get that one to go.
Oh, just chains out.
Not able to capitalize that one. You were one of them, though.
I was. That was a great one. I started on 12, so this was the end of my round. So I went to lunch with a good birdie.
It's awesome. And the other one was Lillian Waite.
All right. Shout out to her.
Yeah. Strokes on folks. Got a couple last-second tap-ins here. Unfortunate bogeys. That road kind of biting Zion there a little bit. But lots of disc golf left to play. Lots of birdie opportunities for her still coming up. Next one's going to come from hole 12. Which I love this hole so much. What do we got going on?
Love this hole. So if you're feeling it, there's a gap straight up here and then on a hyzer. There's also a wide bailout play if you want the hyzer, but if you're feeling it, there's a little room for a flex or a hyzer to land at the basket to the left. Most people are not getting all the way to the basket, even though it's only 290 or 291, sorry. But if you can just kind of get like around the corner, you've got an easy step putt from there.
Yeah, it's a little tighter than it looks off the tee, so that hyzer angle control is really difficult. You see Montana hitting the initial gap, but it's going to hit that kind of guardian overhang.
Yeah.
If that wasn't there, this hole would be much easier.
So much easier.
But that kind of prevents the swing back in.
She'll have a low ceiling out of her hand, but it should be open. Ellie, she's got so much control on the hyzer.
That's the gap.
Oh, yeah.
She needs that slow down.
I have not seen anybody go deep on this one.
Should have thrown the zone instead. Something slower, but that's going to be in circle for her. Zion looks like she's taking that wider gap. Playing a little safer. It's going to get through that overhang. Long putt for her.
That's a very safe spot to be.
Not a lot of OB on this course particularly.
No.
A lot of sidewalk edges as we get into the other 9 of the course. And everyone at home is probably still thinking, wait a minute, we're on hole 10. Shouldn't you start on hole 1? Our field for our feature card did start on hole 10, so it's kind of flip-flopped front 9, back 9. I'm going to call it first and second 9 so you don't get confused for rounds 1 and 2. Montana just laying this one up. This looks a little wide for me.
A little wide, yeah. I mean, she made that putt on 1, so we'll see where the confidence is. Zion's probably laying this one up. Yeah, right under the basket.
Blink.
Easy par.
It's a good noise to hear when you're trying to lay up that little tink of metal. Trinity here from closer circle 2. Look a little soft on her hand. Maybe just a layup, but she's going to be right by the basket.
No, Ellie from deep. She's got a clear putt from here. Just low.
Yeah, no birdies for the round on this particular hole. No major strokes gained. So this one's going to play even as long as people get in their pars, and Montana's going to leave that one low.
Yeah. Her first putt seemed great, and now these last 2 have been low. We'll see if she can adjust that later on.
She gets that one.
Makes the next one. Unfortunate bogey. This one's a pretty straight up par.
Yep. You don't want to lose strokes on it if you can avoid it. And we'll be right back after a quick message after this tap in from Zion from our PDGA sponsors of this event.
FJ18 Worlds down by 1. It's gotta go in.
Unbelievable.
Yes.
All right,
Hole 13.
we're back here on hole 13. What do we got going on?
We've got a low ceiling to the left, but otherwise you really just kind of got to play it straight. It seems a lot tighter off the tee, I feel like, than it looks, but you've got room for flexing to the right or left, backhand, forehand. You really just, as long as you get out of the foliage at the start, then you're okay.
I think the fairway, or the green, I should say, opens up a little bit, that if you do happen to hyzer a little left,
Yes, if
it's a
you're to the
little
left, it's
more
better.
open.
Yeah.
So try to leave it on hyzer if you can, but definitely miss this left. You can see it from the tee. That left side is very grabby, so to avoid that at all costs.
And there's a creek that's down there that's playing casual, but is very difficult to get down there and get out of.
It's very dry here.
It is.
In Peoria. Not today specifically. We're filming this a few days after this round, and it just finished nearly tornadoing
Just
us.
finished with a thunderstorm. But
So it's not dry anymore, but luckily we played it when it was dry, so lucky us.
still don't want to be down there, though.
Got Montana left here. Probably throwing a mid-range of some kind. She's got pretty good power.
That thing just holds straight with a little hyzer, like you were saying at the end.
And that's the safe play. It just never puts you in risk of
Yep.
going in the bushes on the right. And she'll have a circle's edge putt.
Zion hit a tree early. We'll see what her upshot's like. Throws this one low, but it's actually pretty skippy.
Yeah.
I think she lands like circle 2 maybe. I just circle.
I think she's just inside circle from
All
there.
right.
I mean, lots of ground action considering the grass is pretty dead here right
It
now.
is.
At this point
Yeah,
of
lots
the
of
week.
skips here.
Trinity having to
Trinity's
take
upshot
that.
right there.
That's pretty good.
Anything in those chips around the basket is great.
Agreed. Circle 2 here for Ellie, trying to get a birdie, trying to get her round going. Cash. So good. And so effortless. No jump, no nothing. She's
Nothing.
very
Lots of
powerful.
spin. How many birdies did we have in the day?
Oh, that's it. We just saw
Way
it.
to go. Solo birdie.
Again, not a hole you would expect to play as one of the
Oh.
more difficult ones, but
Montana just chains out.
hole 13 playing is the 4th easiest. It just didn't have a lot of bogeys involved.
Nope. Not many birdies, but a fairly straight up par. I wish I had gotten a par here. I hit those trees early and struggled.
Round hindsight, right?
Yep.
It's 2020. Couple tap-ins here, and we'll be moving on in just a moment. Shout out to everyone who had their disc golf attire planned for the whole week ahead.
Oh, yes.
I had heard so many stories. Yeah, I had my Monday laid out and my Tuesday. I was like, I'm a guy. I don't do that. But, I mean, everyone was looking really good at this event.
Oh, yes.
But we're going to move on to hole 14, from one of the easiest holes in 13 to one of the second hardest in
Yes.
hole 14. Why is this one so hard, Grace?
It is very narrow. It's 350 feet, and there's no room to throw straight, and that tree is just leaning perfectly in the way of trying to throw any sort of backhand. So I'd say if you had a forehand here, it would be so great. But it's so tight. Ellie's going to throw it, I think.
She's going to hit that tree and kick right.
Yep.
She has the power to get there, but like you mentioned, it is
It's
very
a tough
tight.
line. It's
And
a very technical line.
very few ladies are going to have the power 350 forehand at this age group to get
Yeah.
there.
A lot of trees land around that tree.
Which,
a lot of drives.
Which
sorry.
is fine.
Yeah.
From there, it's relatively open. You just have to get up and down.
Yeah, I would say the struggle on this one is just getting off the tee clean. Because as you can see, the shul on the left and the right is not very forgiving.
And you have the creek on the left,
Yep.
which luckily plays casual, so it doesn't eat as many strokes as it could, but it definitely plays pretty tricky. And Zion here,
Zion finds a little bailout zone, just barely.
gets way out in the front there. She's going to be the longest drive. It is probably worth noting that we started our round here on hole 10, and on 11 we had to wait. We had already had a wait in the card in front of us, and the card in front of them was also waiting. We had a 2-card backup 2 holes later. Like, these ladies have, I've had to wait probably 10 minutes before teeing off on this hole specifically.
Yeah, that definitely takes a toll on you.
But luckily, the PGA has a lot of marshals on site for this event trying to support the players, and so they kind of made a walkthrough. They talked to the cards ahead of us, and whatever issue there was after this hole, things started to pick up pretty quickly.
Awesome.
So shout out to the PDGA staff coming out here, putting in good work.
Yeah.
Ellie is in trouble here off to the side of the fairway. He's going to backhand this one up and down for a putter. Excellent out from there.
Excellent, yeah. Zion's got the easiest upshot, I think.
A little fierce.
Yeah.
Oh, some ground action there she probably wasn't
Ground
asking
play.
for. Deep putt here. No, just wide
Montana's
right.
just not quite trusting the putt right now.
Coming out a little wobbly, and
Yeah.
sometimes that's the game right now. Try to get those nerves under control. Just a touch low from Trinity there
Just
as well.
barely.
Is it, like I said, this played as the second hardest hole. As we're well aware, no birdies on this card and no birdies from Zion.
Spit out.
But no birdies from the field on this hole in round one. In fact, there were only 3 pars, including yourself.
Yes, that one was a great upshot.
Oh no, Montana's going to roll back to her original putting position. She really needs to stop bleeding here and just finish this third putt. Oh my.
Spits out again.
Can't find any. This basket has got her name and number, and it is just punishing her right now. Hate to see it after such a great drive to
She had a
start.
great drive.
Yeah, now she's finding herself coming. I think it's a triple bogey. Yeah, it's going to put her back a little bit. But look, there's still lots of disc golf to be had. Like I said,
Lots of time.
6 rounds planned for the week. You can't let one hole bite you because guess what? Everyone's going to have a hole like this.
Everybody's going to have plenty of them.
Yep, where it's going to happen. But that means we get to move on to hole 15.
Hole 15. This one's, if you're throwing a backhand to Steve Anheuser or a great forehand hole, there's that tree off the tee, but otherwise it's pretty wide open until you get to the shul on the short right. That's very punishing. But otherwise, anything in the open's
using
open.
the word shul. Allow me the vocabulary on this under 18-year-old. Oh, come on. You're making me look bad now. This is a turnover you're talking about. You can take
comes early, but I think she slides through most of it, so she should have an open look.
Yeah, I did not even see this gap when I did the drone footage. I saw the inside gap. I thought forehand the whole way. Didn't even blink at it. And then I saw you guys lining up this shot. I was like, yeah, I guess everyone's smarter than me. So
Yep. It seems like a bad drive, but where Trinity is, it's just going to be a wide open putt.
A long circle 2 look at it. And she actually honestly got a favorable cut there.
Yes.
She was going towards the woods and it would have obstructed it. But this is an open look for her now. Zion is in the circle.
In the circle with a wide open look. If you go too far deep straight, there's a low ceiling, but otherwise, anything in that area is wide open.
Looks like all 4 of them.
Overturned, but...
Push. It's going to be back there.
That'll be a tough out for Montana.
Yep, not where you want to land. Hole is playing as the 7th easiest on the day.
Yeah, this one's unless you get in the junk early, it's kind of hard to bogey this one.
Yeah, you can see Montana had nothing from there. She's just going to pitch right by the basket. That should be a cleanup 3 for her.
Yeah, hopefully she can help build that confidence.
Trinity is just going to lay another one right under the basket. Very smart play from her, it feels like.
Yes.
She's just like, not take any extra strokes here. She's going to put him under the pin and move on. Play the long game here.
Yep. We got 6 rounds. You don't need to start pushing it
Yeah.
early.
No, I got to get the birdie now. Yeah, she's trying to play the long haul. I love it. Zion here. The last attempt at the birdie.
Cashes.
That is the only birdie for this hole.
Way to go.
I think we have 6 holes like that in this round. We already hit 3 of them, but that is the only birdie. Strokes on the field for that one. Ellie's going to put that one in. We only got a couple putts left here. Montana's up next, I think. Yep.
There we go. Converts that one.
Yep. Feels good to get that tester range.
Yes.
Nothing too hard. Just get in the basket. Hopefully feel that confidence boost and move right on. But
yeah,
if
good
you
way
missed,
to come back from that triple.
Yeah. If you missed the last ad, here's another one.
It's always so exciting when we get new plastics of the Passion, but I always end up falling back on the stock ones. And I like to say its closest counterpart is the Buzz. I think my absolute favorite way to throw it is dead straight and just watch the beauty of a straight flight. they've become a staple in the Discraft lineup and also in people's bags. And to know that people everywhere are enjoying the passion as much as I am, that's just really exciting for me.
Moving on to hole 16. Final 3 holes of this front 9 here, 351. Grace, this is over a water carry. What's the plan?
Yes, you got to throw a steep hyzer if you can. The road is OB long if you are too far straight, but otherwise just something in like the middle of the fairway. Most people are not going to be getting to the bat. Well, we're on lead card, so Ellie definitely could. But just something on the hyzer lining up. That looks like it's pushing too far straight.
Yep. And that OB road.
Skip in, maybe?
This has a chance. It's in. Oh, it's out. Dang. It's going to stay out OB.
So close on that one to coming back in.
Stupid route.
I'm interested to see what Ellie does.
I don't know what this is. I know it's pretty stable, but she is trying to play the skip play here. And she's going for my head, honestly. I'm the catch cam there. She's trying to hit me as hard as possible. She's going to be way up there, circle 2.
Way up there.
We'll take I mean, that's a great drive.
That's an amazing drive.
It is hard to get that far left and stay
And
short.
that fast, yeah.
It's a difficult combination of
That
disc.
one looks like it's pushing too far straight.
Needs to kick in.
No, rolls out.
It's going to hide behind the tree, of
And
course.
she might be blocked behind that tree.
We'll
for
see
her
where they
next
put
throw.
her.
Yeah.
See where they put her on the drop there. She did get a roll, so maybe she'll convince them to take a couple steps back and get open here. Montana throwing that hyzer. This looks really good.
That looks smashed.
Yeah, that's it.
Awesome.
It's so hard to ask
Right
for
in the
that
center.
distance.
Oh. It doesn't seem like a tricky distance at 350, but it's just a hard gap and line to hit off the tee. Trinity takes it further back than I thought.
Yeah, and it is worth noting that the entire OB is in. You can't see it from the tee pad, so when
Yeah,
you see
it
the
is
disc
blind.
rolling, it might look like it's rolling in grass when it wasn't. So they're doing the best they can. It is a card decision at any time. So they just made a decision, and they thought that it was there, and to her benefit, luckily. So she's going to be able to get up and down, hopefully.
Circle 2 putt for Montana. Ooh, that was close.
Gave it a little lofty run. I don't know. Hate
Good
it.
bid.
Another circle 2 bid here. Hole 16.
Cashes that one.
It's on fire. That's the second circle 2 she's made, right?
I think so, yeah.
Made, I think it was 13 or something like that. Yeah, 13 and fit now 16. She's on fire from circle 2. She probably has more circle 1 misses than she has circle or more circle 2 makes than she has circle 1 misses at this point.
Oh, unfortunate miss from Zion.
Yeah, the name of the game, it feels like you talked about it, is just making sure your up and downs are just that up and down. You see Trinity having that. That one was a scoot out a little bit. It was a little high, a little right, but it scooted on her a little bit. So
Center for Montana.
Yep, she's going to tap in her par. I think we got 2 bogeys coming here to be tapped in.
Might be a double.
Oh, I think you're right, from the
Trinity, I
OB.
think.
Yeah, for Zion. Yep. Because they both went OB. I forgot about that. Yeah, you're right. And it feels like that hole is one of the harder ones on the day because spoiler alert, it is. And we're going to hit another one here, hole 17, the fourth hardest hole. Why is this one hard?
This one's hard because the creek drops off really fast to the left. So you don't, any like kind of hyzer play or anything out to the left, you're probably just going to end up there. And so then just trying to scramble out of the creek area. The basket's not too guarded, so that one's not bad. But coming off the last hole, people sometimes have some angst or nerves.
Yeah. There is a little gap to the right. If you turn it over with something really stable, it'll fight back. But you're asking at 380. It's the longest par 3 you guys have on this course.
Yep.
Ellie has the distance for it, but that tree says no.
Yeah.
She said she practiced this hole like 10 times, and all 10 times she dented that tree. And so maybe,
I mean, accuracy?
Yeah.
Accuracy points?
I think she's trying to just knock it down before the next round so that she can get the open gap. This is great for Montana.
That one looks great. Yeah.
The more,
she might have to shape it around that next tree.
Yeah.
But it looks like good distance.
Yeah, the more distance, the better here, because the shorter the upshot, the more likely it'll be close. So this looks a little high.
Flexes it early. We'll see how much of a skip.
Sit down. Don't you dare.
Okay. The ground's real dry and hard packed, so there's been some crazy skips.
Crazy rolls, crazy skips. And like you said, that creek is in play. It's playing casual, but
still very difficult.
There's a wall of trees right there. Trinity's going to get knocked down a little early. Probably thankfully, because that was headed
was headed
towards
towards the
18's
cars.
tee pad. Here's Trinity up and around. Heiser shot. This looks really good.
Looks good.
Yeah.
Just outside the wood chips.
Deal.
The wood chips for this course are kind of my marker of if you know you're close enough.
A little smaller
This
than
one
bullseye.
looks a little deep from Ellie.
Yep.
Outside circle. We'll see how bad her footing is. I don't know how far she skipped because that hill tails off pretty fast.
Zion from the edge. She's on the inside gap, the forehand line, but throwing backhand here, up shot. She's
That
right by
works.
the basket as well.
Montana throws a wide hyzer. If it skips in, nope, stays wide the whole time. But, I mean, we'll see where her confidence is. That's definitely a tester putt. Ellie from deep, just short.
Hole 17 playing as one of 7 holes with no birdies on it in round 1. No, Montana.
No.
Just off the front cage. At least it was centered, but just not quite enough. You might notice here the camera, catch cam specifically, is getting a little blurry. Apparently, my ring came off the front of my camera physically, and so I kept putting it in autofocus and out of autofocus, and I'm looking on my phone and in my pocket at the same time, like, how do I fix this? And so thankfully I fix it when we get to hole 1.
Awesome.
You guys had a long walk from 18 to 1, so I was able to fix it, but we got a couple blurry shots, unfortunately, while I'm zooming here. So bear with us as we have only 1 hole left of that to finish up our front 9. Tap in here from Montana will move us on to 18. You guys are going to be done with your first 9 holes.
Yes.
What do we got going on here on 18?
18, you're trying to get, I would say, to the right of that big tree, but it looks like the catch cam's going to go to the left. You can throw a wide turnover out to the left, but otherwise I would say the better gap is to the right. There's more room and a higher ceiling.
I'm the drone flyer too, so I'm partly biased. I keep flying lines where I'm like, I think this is a good line, right? I can throw forehand that, and then I get to the course and then nobody takes my gap, and I feel sad that I did that. But
She was gonna split the
she
upright.
splits it. So I took the wrong gap, but I should have taken the harder one.
You
Apparently,
should have.
She's gonna be near the edge there. Hopefully,
Near the edge. I don't think she rolled all the way down though.
came pretty slow. I think it stopped. Trinity.
Out to the right.
Yep.
Simple hyzer flip. This one looks like she caught something early.
Yeah, he's going to hyzer her early as well. Hopefully she's still on top of that ridge, being down in the, what's it
Down
called?
near the
Creek.
creek
That's
does
the word.
not-
Could not think of creek for whatever reason. This is a mid-range from Ellie here, and it is going to be too fast.
Skips long.
That is going in the creek for sure.
Definitely. Montana hits the gap early. If this has some stability, it could be really good.
Yeah, caught up a little foliage there. It's going to knock her
That's
early.
okay.
But
Inside the circle.
Yeah, that's key there. And for her right now, she's struggling with her putts. Inside circles, giving her some opportunities that might help her. Trinity was in danger here, but good forehand from her is going to skip her
Get
up
out.
right by the basket. And Ellie can see the basket.
I can see it at least. That's pretty nice from down there.
Her footing was so bad. She was worried about falling and hurting herself, so she just pitched and ended it right there. Nice, Zion.
Nice birdie.
Very good from her. This hole did not have just one birdie on the day. Hopefully Montana's able to take another one. Does so beautifully.
Awesome.
And guess who the third person was?
That one was me.
That's you, yeah!
I had a great drive on this one and then finally sunk the putt.
Yeah, so you were the last and third birdie on this hole for your division, but that's going to do it. There are 9 holes in, halfway through round 1 so far. We're getting some reports in as well at this point that air quality is headed down south.
Air quality is taking a turn.
Yes, it is, and so we're hoping to get through this round as quickly as possible, get into our second round soon, taking a look at our front 9 scores, neg 1, +3, +3, and +4. We have a pretty good battle between those 3 ladies. They're kind of positioning themselves, but Ellie taking a large lead there.
Large lead early,
4 streaks, yeah. And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe, hit that bell so you get more notifications when Crew 42 gives more PDGA coverage. I mean, that's an awesome idea.
Yeah.
Thanks, Grace, for being with me on this front 9.
Of course, thanks for having me.
Yeah, we're going to
We'll
see
you
all
on the back 9.
Yeah, coming up. Go watch it right now.